Sergeant First, Staff Sergeant to Sergeant First Class Barnes. I have been working with Staff Sergeant Barnes for 2 months now, and that's one of the best NCOs that I have worked with in my 5 years in the Army. She's definitely, I feel like she should be a first sergeant, but got to go by the ranks first. But this is definitely like somebody that took me in under her wing, and she's been leading and guiding me through the right direction, especially when it's coming to maintenance, because I am a little rusty coming over here, and I just appreciate her so much. We're going to hand it off to Sergeant First Class Hill.
Hello. How everyone doing? Great room. I got a lot to say. I got a long history with this soldier standing beside me. Looking at this room, there's a lot of great people in here from different backgrounds, different professions, well-rounded groups, explains everything about Sergeant First Class Barnes. First time I met Sergeant First Class Barnes was in 2012. I was in Fort Eustis, Virginia. Just being sergeant, and Staff Sergeant Anderson asked me to come over to cross-train to be a floor foreman in the maintenance bay. He said, "You'll work, so I prefer to get you over there, show the guys what it work like every day. I teach you how to do a service and all that, yada yada." I get there, the first person I meet, they show me the ropes, POC floor. That was her first name before she married this great gentleman. She got there, she was at the gazebo, she had this thing, it was a rhythm where she hit about 2 cigarettes, right? And then I go over and give the preacher sermon, and I'll be like, "All right, you need to stop smoking those cigarettes, it's bad for you." And then pretty much we start talking about one key thing, which is, I'm gonna hit on first. There's 3 words that I think that's very important when you do this thing called the Army. One is good people. Good people means that you have the principles and values and stuff to become the great leader, which is the second word, to help the Army strive forward and become great for our nation and all the people who serve and live in our country, provide great step forward. Sorry. But my point is, good people makes good leaders, and good leaders eventually become family. She became family. Even though I've done a lot of things with, from when the Alaskan back, instructing, etc., she always keep ties in with my wife, my family, and she, even though I'm not even tapping in, I talk to her next time. She's like, "Oh yeah, I talk to your wife." And I'm like, "All right, appreciate you." And then she be done took care of with some information I didn't even give her. That's what the Army does. That's what makes the Army special. Here it is, a full round. I get to that motor pool. She's the first person to show me a generator. First person showed me the first service plan. And then every day she would give me something like how important her father is to her. All right. Her father was the main motivation why she joined the military, which he served to. And me being a father is a great thing to me. And me getting to hear her stories at that gazebo, it inspired me to work hard to be a father and balance that with being the Army. So I want to thank Florida to give me the appreciation, and being up here with her today is an honor. She's a great soldier, and the Army got it right this time. I say, good.
Thank you.
So I had the pleasure of serving with soon-to-be Sergeant First Class Barnes in Korea under the Pioneer Squadron. And it's funny you say that she should have been a first sergeant, because as a staff sergeant, the last few months of Pioneer Squadron before we closed down, Staff Sergeant Barnes was my first sergeant for Tomahawk. We had a lot of great conversations in my office about being a first sergeant and what it took to make Tomahawk, be successful through this whole trying to get rid of equipment. And as you know, all being logistics over here, it's a small feat to divest an entire squadron and then be the first sergeant who's the linchpin of making sure that everybody's at the right spot at the right time to do that divestiture. So the Army did get it right, and I see you becoming Sergeant Major Barnes someday as long as you stick to it. And it was a pleasure serving you.
Thank you so much.
I'm gonna be quick. Y'all heard Sergeant First Class Hill call her Floyd still.
Right.
I was like, who is Sergeant Floyd? I know who Sergeant Barnes is. I'm confused, and it was the same person. I just want to say I'm thankful to have you in the organization. Sergeant Barnes came with a lot of energy to this organization, a lot of energy, ready to turn some things around in 120th Motor Pool, and that says a lot about her. She's a 91 Delta by trade. A lot of 91 Deltas kind of tap out as sergeant, staff sergeant, right? Because their points are like the 92 Alpha, 790 never, right? But we also have a pleasure of promoting soon-to-be Sergeant First Class Barnes right? 2 Sergeant First Class, right? And you're one of the second 92, 91 Deltas I have known to go to Sergeant First Class. Everyone else, they stopped at Sergeant E5. So it's a pleasure to see you pin on the rank of Sergeant First Class. I know you will be a Command Sergeant Major one day.
Thank you.
Team, so as we know, all good things must come to an end so better things can happen. With that being said, publish your orders.
Attention to orders. The Secretary of the Army has proposed to special trust and confidence in the patriotism, valor, fidelity, and professional excellence of the following soldiers. In view of these qualities and their demonstrated leadership potential and dedicated service to the United States Army, she is therefore promoted from Staff Sergeant to Sergeant First Class. Effective date, September 1st, 2025. Signed, Colonel Troy Fisher.
Thank you, sir. All right. Sorry, I'm a little bit nervous. Usually not so nervous, but I have my family here. People flew in. A lot of amazing people in this room. As Sergeant Major Lowe said, right, as a 91 Delta generator mechanic, it's really hard to make Staff Sergeant. That is a really difficult feat in itself. So to make Sergeant First Class is like, oh, okay. So I guess there's more, right? First, I'd like to thank God. Without him, I would not be here. I know I'm not a perfect Christian woman, but that's why I'm where I am today, okay? Second, I'd like to thank my mom because it's been 15 years, right? I was a single parent at one point, okay? I'm dual military now. I have 2 children. It is extremely difficult to navigate this career and to make Sergeant First Class when you have children and you're dual military. It's hard, right? So you have to call people like my mom, okay? My mom flying anytime, right? Anytime we need her, she's there. No matter what duty station I was at, she is there, right? Taking care of my kids. My daughter likes her better than she likes me, okay? That's just the way it is, okay? I also want to thank my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law, right? When we were stationed in Virginia, they're also the ones that took care of my daughter, okay? And my son was born in Virginia, okay? I know he's showing his tail right now, but he's a product of Fort Lee, Virginia. Next, I want to thank all the amazing leaders, a lot of people in this room. I call and ask questions, right? There's a lot of people in this room. I would not be as successful as I am today without them because Sergeant Barnes is not going to say that she knows it all. 1,000%, I do not know it all. I am not the fastest. I am not the smartest, right? But people in this room is the reason why I'm as high as I am today, okay? All the leadership that I've had up to this point has led me to this point, whether it was good leadership, right, or it was a counterproductive leader, okay, taught me what I wanted to be today, all right? If I didn't like the way that they did, I said, okay, when I get some rank, I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna do it my way, right? I get a motor pool now, I'm gonna do it my way. It might not be perfect, right? But when you get a motor pool in a certain shape, I gotta do what I gotta do. I'm gonna bother Sergeant Reyes, right? I'm gonna bother Chief, okay, to get this motor pool squared away. I'm gonna call Sergeant First Class Martin. I'm gonna call my husband, because he's been doing this a whole lot longer than me, right, in the motor pool. But it's amazing to get to this level, and I'm so grateful to have so many people in the room here for me. Like I said, it's a long journey, and I used to beat myself up for not getting promoted as fast as other people. I was really hard on myself, like, why not me, right? My first look wasn't that great, okay? But I was like, why not me? Why can't I get promoted? But in God's time. When the right time is right now, and this is when it was supposed to happen, okay? And with my family expanding, I want to elaborate, right? My family is expanding, okay? I have to continue to Charlie Mike, right? Continue mission, no matter what, all right? The last group of people I want to thank is my soldiers. Anything you do as a non-commissioned officer is because of what they did. It's not what I did. It's never what I did. It's what they did. What did I mentor them to do, right? What did I motivate them to do? My NCOAR is not what I did. It's what they did. What did they accomplish? And with the team I've got here now, right, I have an amazing group of soldiers that I work with, and they're what do you need, Sergeant Barnes, right? They helped set up this room. If you work here, you know how this room looked previously, right? So them, along with 1st Platoon, okay, because the cooks have been looking out. When I got to STB, I said, I'm going to a field feeding company. What is that? What is that? I went from one quartermaster company, my second duty station in Fort Stewart, that turned into a CSC, but they said I was going to a company of cooks. I didn't know what that looked like. I didn't know what cooks did when they're not in deep. I had no idea, right? But this amazing group of people invited me in, right? And they've taken me in. They've baked me a cake, right? They've done amazing things for me. So I'm grateful for the opportunity and all the opportunities to come. And I thank you all for coming here today. That's it.